You hear about it constantly, right? AI is changing the world. But so often, that conversation is about these huge, kind of abstract ideas. Well, today, we're going to cut through all that noise. We're going to look at the human side of the machine and find out what people are really doing with this tech day in and day out. Okay, let's get into it. So, let's get real. Beyond all the headlines about AI taking over, what's actually happening on the ground? What does it look like when it's helping you write an email you're furious about, or cram for a final exam, or even figure out how to deal with grief? That's what we're here to explore. All right, first stop, the workplace. For a whole lot of people, AI isn't some kind of replacement. No, think of it more like a powerful new co-pilot, an assistant that's helping them navigate their jobs in some pretty surprising ways. I mean, this prompt just says it all, doesn't it? Come on, we've all been there. You're frustrated, you're annoyed, and you are so close to sending an email you know you're going to regret. It's hilarious, yeah, but it points to a really powerful new use for AI, being our professional filter. And the process is kind of brilliant. One user laid it out. They still write that first, raw, harsh and insulting draft, just to get it all out of their system. But then, and this is the key, instead of hitting send, they just paste it into the AI and ask it to make it as nice and polite as possible. The result? You get your point across without the career-ending drama. And look, this is so much more than just sounding nice. Whether you're in child advocacy, dealing with a difficult ex-spouse, or just navigating tricky office politics, AI is basically acting as this much-needed emotional buffer. It's helping people say what they need to say, but effectively. And this whole idea goes way, way beyond just emails. Think about it. That ridiculously tedious Excel task that used to take you 45 minutes of digging through help forums, now it's a 3-minute fix. Programmers are talking about a 5-fold jump in productivity because they can use AI to clean up their code. Or you can take your resume, feed it a job description, and ask it to rewrite it to get that perfect 5-star match. Even police officers are using it to draft the very specific, very lengthy reports their jobs require. It's becoming this universal power tool. Okay, so from the office, let's head over to the classroom. Because the next massive area where AI is making waves is in education. It's becoming this infinitely patient, totally personalized, 24/7 tutor that can adapt to literally any learning style. So get this, there's a college student studying neuroanatomy, super tough stuff, right? And the textbook definitions were just impossible to memorize. So what they do, they asked an AI to turn all those complicated concepts into funny cartoon stories. And boom, it completely changed how they learned, making these really difficult ideas suddenly memorable and even fun. And the impact here? Wow, it can be absolutely life-changing. This quote from a student just says everything. The power to get instant feedback on your writing, to get help structuring your thoughts, it totally transformed their entire academic career. That's a pretty powerful testament, right? And people are getting so creative with this. You've got students practicing a new language by having the AI role play with them. Okay, you're a doctor and I have this problem, or you're interviewing me for a job. Others are generating an endless supply of practice exam questions on any subject they want. And if a lecture went completely over your head, you can get a quick summary with real-world examples that finally make it all click. All right, so we've hit the office, we've hit the classroom. Now let's talk about our personal lives. And this is where the role AI is playing gets way more complex and, frankly, a lot more intimate. We're talking everything from the super practical to the deeply profound. It all starts with the everyday stuff. People are using AI like a digital handyman in their pocket. Figuring out why the water heater just died, or learning how to blow out their own sprinklers to save $75, even asking what to plant in their garden. And it's also like a super Google, right? The kind that can actually find that TV show when all you remember is one vague scene. And then you see something like this, and you just have to pause. Someone, in a moment of just unimaginable pain and confusion, turned to an AI while caring for their dying father. And the response they got, in their words, was insightful, considerate, sympathetic, and helpful. In a world where professional help isn't always available, for some, this is becoming a source of immediate emotional support. And this is what's truly amazing, the sheer range of that support. I mean, think about it. On one end of the spectrum, you have profound guidance through grief. And on the complete other end, you have this absolutely delightful story of someone patiently working with an AI to identify a forgotten cookie from their childhood. It's a partner for our deepest sorrows and for our smallest, most nostalgic joys.
But it's not all heavy emotional stuff or fixing leaky pipes. Not at all. One of the most common ways people are using AI is, well, to just have fun, to play, to spark their own creativity.
I mean, you just gotta love this prompt. This is where you see the truly wild, wonderful, and unfiltered side of how we interact with this stuff. It's an infinite sandbox for your imagination, a place where you can ask it to be literally anything and it just plays along. An elite psychedelic yodeling llama breeder? Absolutely brilliant. And this creativity just knows no bounds. We're talking about people staging fictional debates between Miss Piggy and Abraham Lincoln, or getting sucked into a 2-hour-long riddle battle with Gollum, or just diving down these incredibly deep, weird rabbit holes of declassified history and old Soviet experiments. It's a tool for both total nonsense and deep, genuine curiosity. So let's take a step back. After seeing all these examples, from the office to the home, from the hilarious to the heartbreaking, what does it all mean? What are the bigger patterns starting to emerge here? Well, it seems to be shaking out into 4 key roles. First, you've got the super assistant, helping us save our careers one email at a time. Then there's the personal tutor, turning neuroanatomy into a cartoon. You've got the creative muse, for when you need that llama breeder. And finally, maybe the most surprising of all, the digital confidant, offering support whenever we need it. And that leads us to the big final question. This technology is already weaving itself into our lives in these deeply personal ways. It's our co-pilot, our companion, and our confidant. So the real question isn't just about what the machine is going to do to us. It's about what we, with all our creativity, our needs, and our weirdness, are going to ask it to do for us next.